welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here, and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to do a traditional Celtic cross spread today. Whatever message comes out is what you need to hear. I have set that intention with my guides and the deck. If you're here because this popped up in your feed, then this message is for you. If you are here because of the title, then this message is definitely for you. I haven't even titled this video yet. So we're going to get into the tarot. And I did bring out an oracle deck as well for additional messages at the end. Eight of Swords. Feeling stuck or trapped, huh? Racing thoughts. Be sure and like the video. Subscribe if you like the messages. It really does help my channel. And it also pushes messages out there for other people. So thank you for that. Wow. All right. We got quite a few major arcana here. Wow. Lots of major arcana. Okay. Interesting. So that Eight of Swords energy is about feeling stuck, feeling trapped. It is kind of like a self-imposed prison here, like this victim mentality. You could feel stuck or trapped in some kind of situation or mindset. Limiting beliefs, like holding yourself back here for some reason. So the situation is the moon. This is about like underlying fears. This is your intuition. It's also about, you know, things beneath the surface, things coming to light here. The moon is all about like those deep, that deep inner knowing, the intuition, and trusting in that. So the blockage here is the Empress. This is like abundance, growth. The Empress is, you know, that very like divine feminine energy. She just receives and lets things come to her. I feel like this is very much taking you out of your element. Underneath here, we have the Hanged Man, which is about, you know, really needing to see things differently. I think you've just kind of been holding yourself back here, and you need to like release control and kind of see things from a different perspective, trusting your intuition, sitting in that Empress energy and letting things come to you, letting things come in. You know, when you have these racing thoughts and you're constantly in your head, you're not trusting your intuition, and you're not letting that Empress energy flow, that divine feminine energy flow in here. You're blocking your intuition, you're blocking your abundance, your growth, your spiritual growth, your, you know, growth in all prospects in life, like, you know, your money, your love that's coming into your life, your friendships. Honk for confirmation. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But yeah, that Hanged Man is about surrendering control, letting the universe handle things and releasing control and trying to see things from a different perspective, trying to change that mindset. So in the recent past, we have the Eight of Cups. This is about walking away from something that is no longer emotionally fulfilling. It is transitioning, right? It is leaving things behind and moving on to something better for yourself. But in that can be an underlying fear, right? He doesn't know where he's going. He's walking away from things, but he doesn't know where he's going. And that could be causing a lot of underlying fear and those thoughts that, you know, feeling stuck in situations. You know, the Hanged Man, that's all about being stuck as well. But you're not stuck. You just need to trust in your intuition and open up. Your higher self or your subconscious, we have the Seven of Swords. This is about doing things differently, right? If you're repeating these patterns and you're stuck in this thought process and you're trying to control situations and you're not moving on from them, this is about you needing to be strategic. You're deceiving yourself, right? This is like sneakiness and lies. Like you're deceiving yourself and holding yourself back with these limiting beliefs. And the only thing that you're hurting here is yourself with this limiting belief mindset. And you need to be strategic. You need to do things differently, changing your mindset, trusting in your intuition. Your intuition could be blocked right now. especially with that Empress being a block. There's no growth or abundance or that divine feminine energy, right? But in the near future, we have the Fool. This is like a leap of faith, taking some kind of risk and a whole new beginning, right? You have this person on this cliff and they're just kind of jumping off this cliff and trusting in the universe, right? You know, with that hanged man, that trying to control things, and then you could move into the Fool energy. That is taking that leap of faith, releasing that control and trusting in the universe to bring things in here. And your feelings, we have the Four of Pentacles. So this is joy, celebration. This is about like a home and stability. Like this card actually has a home, but this is my card for your home, where you live, what you call home. And this could have a lot to do with your stability. Maybe you are feeling stable. Maybe you are feeling, like you want a home, or something about your home and your stability. You could be feeling very stable where you're at. Or this could have you feeling unstable. Not being able to trust your intuition can have you kind of take you out of that stable energy here. So the influence here, or in your environment, we have judgment. This is like a complete awakening, this rebirth energy. These people are literally waking up here, right? And that you have this archangel up here that is shining the light on things. Again, with the moon, things under the surface, shining the light. You could be going through a spiritual awakening, and this is you opening to your intuition more, and in order to move forward into situations. Again, you could just be leaving a mindset behind in order to move forward. You don't have to physically be moving into anything else, but I definitely feel like there's some kind of rebirth, like awakening energy going on in your environment here. Your hopes and fears, we have the Three of Swords. Like you're fearing some kind of loss, some kind of heartbreak in this situation. Maybe you're having to leave people, places, things behind, whatever that is. Maybe you're having to leave a home behind. Maybe you're having to leave some kind of stable environment in order to move forward. Maybe that's what you left behind, was a home, and you're just not feeling stable. Whatever that is for you. It is a general reading, so you take it how it resonates. But we have the World here, which is a completion, ending a cycle, right? Like I always see this circle here as like a portal, and this person is going through this portal. But the World is the end of the major arcana. You have been through all of the major arcana cards, and you are ending that, right? That integrating those lessons and learning those. And then you have the Fool right after, which is the first major arcana. So you are completely ending a cycle and moving into a new beginning, a whole new cycle in life. Really good energy. I feel like this is just a mindset change for you, and needing to be open. That Empress just kind of sits on her throne. Not that the Empress doesn't do anything, but divine feminine energy is more, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Divine feminine is about receiving. It is about being open, trusting the universe, right? You plant these seeds and you take these small actions, these small steps, and then you let the universe work out what it needs to in the background, under the surface. The moon, the Fool, taking a leap of faith, trusting the universe. But you are holding yourself back with these limiting beliefs, thinking that things are never going to change, or thinking that, because you walked away from something, that something new can't come in here. And I feel like this is just an ending to that cycle. And a lot of us go through that, right? When you're going through a spiritual awakening, you do have losses, and people, places, things just kind of drop off out of your life because they don't serve you anymore. They're not for your highest good, right? You can't grow in an environment that is toxic, or it doesn't even have to be toxic. You can just outgrow situations, right? And you are wanting to expand. For example, if you want to expand in a relationship and the people that you are around, whether that's family members or in love, then they're not changing, they're not growing. How can you change and grow in that situation, right? You need new experiences, new people, in order to teach you new things, so that you can raise your vibration, you can raise your awareness and learn new lessons. And that doesn't mean those people can't come back around, especially if they're family members, right? They're always going to be your family. But you have a choice whether or not you want to let them in your life. Just don't let it hold you back. Trust your intuition. Definitely always trust your intuition. Trust that inner knowing, and trust the universe. Like they want the same things that you do. They want the best for you here. What do they not see coming, Spirit? Does Leo not see coming? It's literally what Spirit's been telling me. Trust your intuition. And then the High Priestess comes out. So, there is some sort of loss coming in here, some sort of grief. Like, he has these spilled cups here, but there are 2 cups back here. Like, try not to focus on what is going to be lost, what is lost. You obviously want to grieve things, right? And move through that energy. Just don't get lost in that and stay in this stuck energy, this repeating pattern of negative belief systems and holding yourself back from trying new things or growing here. Don't let people, places, and things hold you back from becoming who you need to be, or growing in your situation. And try to understand that whatever leaves, there is more here, right? So he has these 2 of cups behind him, and then he's got this bridge to this castle, right? You may be losing things, but there are also other new things that want to come in here. And this is about, again, trust that deep inner knowing, your intuition, and rely on your inner knowing, your relationship with Spirit here, your connection to the divine. We have archangels here, lots of deep emotions. I just feel like this is, a very prominent time for you going through a spirit. Some of you are really going through some kind of spiritual awakening. And then we have the 2 of Wands, again, leaving that comfort zone. You've got the Fool and the 2 of Wands. So trusting your intuition on the next steps to take. That 2 of Wands is about leaving your comfort zone. He has got this whole world out here in front of him, right? And he is stepping out of this castle, out of his comfort zone, taking this leap of faith and planning, making those next steps, planning for the future and moving on from things, again, that don't serve. General reading, so it's going to be different for each of you. Some of you may be walking away from family members. Some of you may be walking away from love relationships because you're just not happy and you're not growing where you are. And others of you may be walking away from jobs. What's your advice for Leo, Spirit? Advice. So we have the 10 of Cups, King of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Like, things are changing in divine timing. Stay focused on this 10 of Cups, your ultimate happiness, right? What is that for you? Like the white picket fence and the 6-figure job, whatever it is for you. Like, focus on your happiness and what brings you joy and your wish fulfillment here. And then you have the King of Cups. This is about balancing your head over heart. The King of Cups is a feminine king. He is very intuitive and trusts his intuition, but he's also very balanced in his emotion. He has that emotional intelligence, very compassionate type of leader. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune. Trust in the cycles, right? The Wheel of Fortune is things turning in your favor. Trust that things are going to turn in your favor. Like, we all go through cycles in life, and I feel like you are ending some sort of cycle here. You just need to get out of this mindset and do things differently. Try not to sit in this negative energy and release the control. And I know that's easier said than done, especially when you're taking a leap of faith on something new. Believe me, I have been there. I've been through lots of transitions in my lifetime. So it's not an easy energy to go through, but it's definitely worth it. And when you can see things from a different perspective and understand that this is for your highest good and that you are growing through this. And it may take some time, right? Because that's the most frustrating part. You want things to happen now, or you want things to change immediately. But, if you go from making $80,000 a year to $8 million a year, that's a huge change, right? Can you handle that change? There are lessons to learn along the way. Those small steps in learning how to handle where it is you want to go. Your manifestations will come in, but they may not come in exactly the way you're thinking they are. That's where you have to release the control and let Spirit work out the details. And you just trust that it's going to happen, and you keep doing what you need to do. Those small steps forward, right? That 2 of Wands. Leave your comfort zone and take those small steps. You don't have to take a huge leap of faith. I feel like you will. You don't have to completely upend your life and completely quit your job. You can do like a side hustle. You know what I mean? Like, I keep referring to business, but that's really only example I have. It's just, this can be in relationships. This can be in life in general, moving away from actual family members. It's just about you growing, but needing to trust your intuition while you are growing and while you're going through this process, and be open to receive these gifts from the universe. I really love this energy for you. I think it's amazing. So, again, it's not easy to go through, but it's definitely worth it. And you have this new beginning coming in here in the near future. So, what else do you have for Leo spirits? So we have discovery, new ideas, people, or opportunities may be coming your way. While there's still work to do to reach your goal, you may discover new strengths and passions along the way. I love that. Yeah, look at things differently. There could be something new coming in here for you. I mean, you do have that whole new beginning. Honor yourself. Recognize the hard work you've put in to get where you are today. Instead of thinking how far you still have to go, remind yourself of all that you've accomplished and be proud. Definitely, definitely love that energy. That King of Cups there, having that compassion for yourself and realizing all that you have been through and honoring that as well. And then we have take a chance. It's time to step outside your comfort zone. How many times did I say comfort zone? The world is waiting for you to take a chance. When you do, you'll be rewarded with newfound confidence and enthusiasm that will begin to attract new results. You're calling in these manifestations, you want these new things, then you have to go through the lessons and you have to go through the hard things in order to bring in the new. You have the Fool and the Two of Wands. Those are both cards of stepping outside your comfort zone, which is never an easy thing to do, but be proud of doing it and be proud of where you are. So I hope that message helped, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.